One of the recurring issues we face is seeing things through an individualistic lens. Purpose is not about us, but about our relationships. Aristotle wrote that finding happiness and fulfillment is achieved by loving rather than in being loved. Relationships with others are a central feature of a positive, well-lived life. That's the critical insight psychologist Carol Riff uncovered after reviewing the writings of numerous philosophers throughout history. Through the tale of Yod the Inhuman, adapted by Blanca Nunez, from the Book of the Unknown by Jonathon Keats, we can see that we can have what we want and still be unhappy. It is through Yod's adventure that we learn how we can take relationships for granted and value them when it's too late. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, where dragons and demons are more than a dream, just east of the outskirts of Asura, where the path narrows and slopes gently down to a cosmic blue river. Past the river, there is a plush green meadow, which stretches away into vastness, and a dragon-backed mountain. The fog that coils around it seems as old and unearthly as the mountain itself. An alien presence that can dampen any mood can be felt. A warrior with an unusual task.
My wife is gone. I don't want to be alone, but women these days are such a headache with all their whining. I know. I will make myself an obedient woman to my liking.
Mare begins to take mud from the river, using it to shape a woman with a small waist and silvery hair. He pulls out the book of life and draws the cipher of life on her forehead, and he reads an inaudible spell. Yod takes her first breath.
It worked! It really worked! I will name you Yod. You will do my bidding.
Mare gave her clothes, and that night Yod became Mare's mistress. In every way, Yod was better than his late wife. Zelig listened attentively to Mare's concerns.
I don't understand. She's perfect in every way, but there's something missing.
Have you ever considered that she's not of this world and she cannot feel? Are you in love with her?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I must go.
Mare was determined to teach Yod to feel. Mare beat Yod days.
Hurt. Pain.
Then he took care of her.
Calm.
Passion changed Yod. She wanted more. One night, while Mare was asleep, Yod set out in search for more feelings. Mare woke up, realizing Yod was gone. Desperate, he set out into the forest of demons in search for his beloved. Time went by. In a different part of the world, you could hear some commotion.
We caught one. Surely we'll get a good reward for this monster.
The hunters dragged it to the palace courtyard to meet the prince. Please help me. One look, and the prince fell in love with Yod.
This is not a monster. She is a princess, and I will marry her.
Yod was now loved by many. She felt happy. One night, she went to meet her husband in his chambers, only to find him with his mistress. Yod did not understand. She felt sad. Yod learned compassion. The next morning, Yod had fallen ill. Meanwhile, Mare arrived at the palace. Thinking Mare was a doctor, he was escorted to Yod's chambers, where the prince stood beside her. She was unconscious.
Can you help her?
No, she's not human.
Liar! How dare you insult my wife?
I'm not lying. I can prove it. I made her. I gave her life, and I've come to take her back.
Prove it, or I will have you executed.
I am a warrior. I made her from mud and cast a spell to give her life. You will find the cipher of life on her forehead.
Yod woke up hours later. Shannon, one of her ladies, told her what had happened while she was asleep. Yod rushed to the mirror. Where's Mare now? He's going to be executed in the morning. There's no mark. How can this be? I am free. He no longer controls me. Shannon looked puzzled. Yod pricked her finger with a needle and showed Shannon the ancient symbol. Please draw this symbol on my forehead. Not knowing what was going on, Shannon proceeded to draw the symbol without questions. I want you to attend the execution. Then you will understand. You cannot execute this man.
He called you inhuman.
But I am not from this world. He made me. I was his mistress before I was your wife.
Lies!
See? This is a mark with the spell he used to give me life.
You're ill and don't know what you're saying.
The prince rubbed off the mark from Yod's forehead, and as he did, she fell to his feet. He held her in his arms. Mare rushed to help her, but it was too late. Yod was gone, leaving Mare and the prince mourning for her. Both loved her, and Shannon finally understood. The end.